Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. I hope you're having a good day wherever in the world you are. Today I'm going to talk about participating and passing interviews for academic programs and scholarships. As always, I would like to remind you that this advice is coming from my own personal experience as well as the experience of some of my friends who have successfully passed such interviews, particularly Fulbright, Muskie program, and several others. This is not an official resource for any program or any other organization. Let's get started. Now, the first thing that you want to do in this situation is going to the website of the organization or the program that you're applying to and trying to learn as much as you can about them. Learn about their mission, their purpose, why they are doing what they're doing, why they're giving resources, grants, or scholarships to students from the particular country in the particular field of study or institution. Try to learn as much as you can to understand why they're doing this and who the ideal candidate would be for them. Once you have learned a lot about this organization, you want to refer back to your mission statement or all the essays that you had to write for your initial application to remember your why you want to do what you want to do, why you're applying for this program, to this university, or to get a particular degree, internship, or any other experience that you're looking for. Then what you need to do is to combine and align these two different pieces of information. And one way you can do that, especially nowadays, is using the artificial intelligence. You can copy and put the information from the company's or organization's website about the scholarship and their criteria and their why into, let's say, ChatGPT, and combine it with your application information, particularly your essays, and ask it to align and show why and how you would be a good candidate for that particular role. Now, remember that you are sharing personal information, so be very, very mindful while doing this step, and don't share any information with artificial intelligence that you are not comfortable with. Other ways of doing this would be just taking each and every criteria that they have on the website and taking some time and thinking what makes you fit for this position. Once you have learned everything there is to learn about the organization from their official sources, go on the internet and try to see if there are any forums or websites where people who previously participated in their interviews are sharing how the interview went. Now, be very careful with this, because if it is a large program like Fulbright, then the interview questions might be completely different from one country to another. For example, when I was looking for this information, I saw that a lot of people were asked about their strengths, about their weaknesses, and other more general questions about who they are. When I participated in the interview, all the questions were stemming from my application. I could tell that all the committee members had thoroughly read every single word that I wrote in my application and were asking me questions based on what I gave them. So always treat these potential questions that you find on the internet as a useful resource. Although I always say that, based on my experience, the questions during these types of interviews are never too general and just about your strengths and weaknesses or things that you like to do. It is a good practice to have answers to these kinds of questions written down and rehearsed. So if something like this comes your way, you do not panic, you do not lose your the train of thought and get lost. So whatever question you find on the internet, try to think about it and come up with potential answers that would make you look good. Having all this information, it is important to go back to your application and to think again, what is your why? Why are you trying to do what you're trying to do, and how that aligns with the program or with the scholarship that you are applying for? And make sure you have a very clear alignment. Usually your application asks about your past and your present. So what have you done before? How have you prepared yourself for this challenge, for this next step? And the interviewers are very often interested in how will you use the new knowledge, the new skill, the new experience for the future. And this is where it is very important to know what their mission is and what they're trying to change. For example, How are they giving scholarships to medical school students? What are they trying to achieve through that? Because giving you a scholarship is usually not their end goal. They want you to do something with that knowledge and experience that you have gained. Some countries, in the case of Fulbright, for example, have their preferred majors. So, for example, they prefer to give scholarships for majors, let's say in education or in public policy, or public administration or other majors. This is not, this is just the list that I'm coming up with right now. So it's important to understand why. Why exactly education? What is wrong with education in your country? What is wrong with education in your community or the community that this scholarship program is trying to address? And then this will give you enough information or some sort of a direction to connect what you want to do with what you can potentially do in the future. Now, everybody understands that this is not set in stone and your plans might eventually change, but the committee and the people who are participating in your interview want to see that you have a vision. You're not getting another degree or participating in another program just for the sake of doing it. Now, when you're answering the questions during your interview, do not lie. Don't tell them things that are absolutely not true, and do not exaggerate or give too generic answers. For example, if you're asked why are you going to medical school and why you want to become a doctor, why they need to invest so much money in your education, do not just say, oh, because I want to change the world for the better. Everybody's trying to change the world. How are you contributing to it? What exactly are you going to do? Maybe you want to get a good medical education and come back and serve in your community because your community doesn't have enough doctors or enough nurses. Maybe you want to become a teacher and, join the Teach for Armenia, Teach for America, or Teach for any other organization that is serving underprivileged communities. Maybe you want to change the policies in your country. Be very precise and let the people know that you know what you're talking about and you know what the state of the field is, and the education is not your end goal. And last but not least, if you're asked a question that is too complex or too difficult, you can say, that's a great question. Can I have a second to think about it? And just pause and take a couple of seconds to think about it and to give a reasonable response. This is completely okay. It's a good practice. Just don't take too long of a time, because usually there's only a certain amount of time allocated to your interview. For my Fulbright interview, it was only 20 minutes, so I couldn't take too much time for thought. Now, if you need additional help in preparing for your interview or finding the alignment between what you are trying to do and what the program is looking for, you can use the power of artificial intelligence to help you practice. One thing that you can do is taking the information from the company's website and sharing it with ChatGPT or any other tool of your preference, and sharing your application information, your mission statement, or any other essays that you wrote for the application, putting it in ChatGPT and writing prompts for it to find the alignment and show how you can present yourself to become a better fit for that particular program. Now, remember that in this, if you choose to do this, you will be sharing personal information with the artificial intelligence, and be very mindful and have good discernment in what you want to share and what you don't want to share. Also, you can just share the information about the scholarship program or the grant program and ask ChatGPT to generate interview questions for you based on the information available on the website. And you can answer it and ask the AI to give you answers and to give you feedback. This will be simply a practice exercise. There's no guarantee that the committee will actually ask you the same questions, but having more practice might make you feel more at ease and better prepared. Now, this is all that I had prepared for you this week. If there's anything that I didn't cover, or if you have any particular questions, please feel free to ask them in the comments below and I will address them. Thank you so much for watching this video. Please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And I wish you a lot of good luck for whatever interview that you have coming up. You got this. I'll see you next week. Bye.